Successfully joined the channel.
And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. An NL West matchup on the show.
If you enjoy my content, please like and subscribe and comment and become a member today.
I'm John Shambi. So the Arizona Diamondbacks have already won the series, and now they go for the 4-game sweep, Chris. It's been a lopsided series so far.
Yeah, they've clearly been the better team, and I expect them to come out today looking to tie a bow on this series. And on the other side, most teams run into at least a 3-game sweep at some point, but not every team looks back at a 4-game sweep at the end of the year. And I'll say this, as a player, it's especially frustrating when the losses keep coming against the same team. So if they can salvage a win today, this series won't go down quite as sour.
First pitch coming your way next. Just about ready to go, and on the hill in this one, Madison Bumgarner.
He's racked up over 2,000 strikeouts in his career. He's such a competitor out in the mound. So fun to watch him work. I'm excited for this one.
And stepping in is the speedy Jackie Robinson.
The second baseman, Jackie Robinson.
And he deals. Swing and a miss. And we're underway. Mad Bum deals. Trying to bunt his way on. Tries the bare hand, and it gets by him.
This is a big part of his skill set, and he puts himself into situations where he can rely on his speed to impact the ball game. And this is just another example of it, and we'll see what else he can do now that he's on first.
And the batter will be the shortstop, Jackie Robinson. In there for strike one. 2014, a great year for Bumgarner. Not only did he win his 3rd championship with the Giants, but in the postseason, he was the man. The NLCS and World Series MVP.
Never forget that appearance coming out of the bullpen against Kansas City and just going the distance. He was pitching on short rest. People wondered if he would enter that ball game or not. Man, he put the team on his shoulders. This is one of those situations the infielders have to pre-plan and understand that the ball's got to be hit extremely hard right at them if they're going to have a chance to go for a double play.
Stays alive. Robinson on at first, nobody out. Snap throw to first, and he's back standing. At the belt and fires. Goes down swinging for the strikeout.
Thank you for the follow at Zero Fun Media.
Strikeout there. That thing really got in on him. And, you know, the cutter isn't really a huge swing and miss pitch most of the time because it's not really meant to move a whole lot. You're just trying to miss the big part of the barrel and maybe get some weak contact. But that one right there did a whole lot more than that. That was a really good pitch.
Stepping in, the long ball threat, Duke Snider. And the first pitch misses for ball one. On the ground to second, might be 2. Ahmed for 1. What a double play that was. Inning over. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. And now the Diamondbacks will get their first turn at bat. No score. Back here at Chase Field, and on the mound in this one, Tony Gonsolin.
Well, last time out, picked up the win, didn't allow a run, pitched extremely well. He doesn't have to be perfect, but if he can give another performance like last time out, his team will be happy.
Now it's the right fielder, Jake McCarthy.
For the Diamondbacks, the right fielder,
The wind to kick the pitch. And that's in for a strike. Gonsolin, a former All-Star. He features a four-seam fastball, a splitter, a slider, and he occasionally uses a curve. And the righty deals. Line drive, caught. Time to take a look at the Diamondbacks lineup. This is a veteran-led lineup right here. A lot of players with plenty of experience, Singy.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Boog. These guys have been around the game for a long time, and they may not have the flash that they once did, but they've got the wisdom to be able to understand different situations, be able to think with the opponent and sometimes in front of the opponent. And you always seem to see a team like this. They come to the ballpark, they know how to get down to business, and they understand what the job is at hand.
Here comes the 0-1. Swings through that one. Nice warm day here. Good baseball weather. Does that change anything, Chris, especially for the hitters?
Absolutely. You feel so much more comfortable at the plate. You're not worried about getting jammed on fastballs inside part of the plate. You can kind of be more selective instead of just looking out away so that you can get the barrel to it. And that part, you can get on the inside part of the plate as well.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. He swung over top of the curveball. 2 outs, base is empty. Now at the plate, Luis Gonzalez. And that's in there for strike 1.
It's interesting. You have spring training, wonderful weather, and then most teams go north and it's chilly. So hitters have to kind of get through that for the first month and a half, and then everything evens out.
And the 0-1. To third, and it stays fair. Now he'll turn for second. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. I really like that swing, man. He didn't just push it the other way through the infield. He drove it that way, and it kind of makes me think he was thinking opposite field as he stepped into the box. Got a pitch he liked, and he got it done.
And here's Paul Goldschmidt. 5 for 13 in the series. Pitch misses inside. 1-0. How much did your dress change when it would get cold, or when it would be cold early or late in the season?
Well, early in the season, Boog, I'm taking a top coat, on the road and trying to look cool.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about?
No, I'm talking about your uniform.
Player.
When you played back, way. And makes the play, and that's out number 3. 1 left for Arizona. We played an inning. No score. Back here in the desert, second inning set to go. And now, Sean Green. The big lefty turns, kicks, deals. That one fouled off. The wind of the pitch. On the ground to third. He puts it in his pocket, safe at first without a play.
Boog, that's staying within his game right there. I mean, this speedster gets the infield single, and now he's on base to possibly do some damage. I love seeing what guys like this can do to disrupt the game once they get in a position to do so.
And now the first baseman, Eddie Murray. Just 2 for 11 in the series so far. That one missed. The Giants made Madison Bumgarner the 10th overall pick in the draft out of high school when they took him in 2007. And then there was the development, and of course he helped them win World Series titles in 2010, 2012, and then that monster performance against the Royals in 2014. And that one fouled off.
Boog, you want to talk about tasting success early. 3 World Series titles before.
Smiling face with smiling eyes.
I mean, they're great players that have played this game a long time and have never gotten to the Fall Classic.
Swing and a miss as he was late.
2 strikes.
Tries to hold up, appeal to first, and yes, he did. Freddie Ferguson rings him up. Here's Mookie now, hitless in the series so far. Ball one low. And here it comes. Swings and blasts one deep to left center. Finley going back, back some more, still going back. And that one hops the wall. Green headed for the plate. He's in there. And it's 1-0.
Picks himself up an RBI. Pretty much just a textbook double into the gap. And when you can drop one in there between the outfielders, you know you're making the turn at first. Just an excellent swing.
One out, runner at second. The batter now will be Will Smith. First pitch, and that's in for a strike. Kicks and deals. And a foul ball. Betts, the runner at second with one away. Next offering way off the plate. Swing and a miss. Snuck the fastball by him. And here is J.D. Martinez. In there, and it's 0-1. And a pitch. Check swing. Now we'll look down to first. And Freddie Ferguson says he went around. The 0-2. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Martinez started after it, tried to hold up. Now a look to first. No swing, says Freddie Ferguson. 1-2 now. And a ball evens the count.
It's a good take.
Runner at second, 2 down. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Comes a 2-2. Chases that one out of the zone. Good job at damage control right there. But a run will score in the inning on this RBI double. And the home team down a run. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now the center fielder, Steve Finley. This is a true five-tool guy. Not very many of them out there, but when he's on the field, you can't take your eye off him. The wind of the pitch.
Fans come to the ballpark to watch him play. And in baseball, to have such a talented player going out there every day and putting on the show that he does, just a joy to watch.
The wind and the pitch. They say it went. Hits for average power, the ability to field, the arm, and then the speed. Really impressive. 0-2 now. Got him looking. Not sure about that call. Pitcher might have gotten a friendly strike 3.
Oh, you know that's got to be very frustrating for this guy. He knows the strike zone extremely well. And you know what? Good hitters are not going to compromise. He'll take that punch out, but ultimately stick with his plan and have more success than anything else.
Now it's Evan Longoria's turn. Good eye right there. The 1-0. And another ball. And a foul ball. One down, base is empty. Just missed. And that's in for a strike. Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. The pitch. Knocks it down.
Well, you can't give him 2 errors on that play, but that's pretty much what it looked like. Tried to stay with it after the bobble, and he might have pulled it off with a good throw, but it's very easy to rush the throw when you don't field it cleanly. A lot of times guys don't have a good grip on it, and I think that was the case right there.
Now up next for Arizona, Gabriel Moreno went deep in the ball game last night. And first offering is fouled off. And a pitch. Foul ball. And the 0-2. That's a little bit low.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Off the mark there. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
He's really tightening up his hitting zone with 2 strikes here. I love it.
And now it's 3-2. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. Three balls, 2 strikes the count. And there's ball 4.
He's making things difficult for himself right now out there on the mound, but you know his confidence should still be high enough to get out of this, but he's gonna have to buckle down right here.
First and second, 1 out. Nick Ahmed here to hit. This is a guy who's in the lineup first and foremost because of what he contributes defensively, Chris. And when you talk about preventing runs from being scored, this guy is a big contributor. That one is absolutely belted. And gone! That fires up the home crowd. His first homer of the year, and just like that, they're out front. It's 3-1. Listen to these fans.
This place is absolutely buzzing right now. You can feel the energy all the way up here in our broadcast booth. A breaking ball
on the inside part of the plate requires a hitter to stay really square with his mechanics. If you fly open with the front shoulder, there's no way you keep that ball fair. An outstanding job mechanically. He deserves that home run.
Here's Ketel Marte. In the air, right field. Betts settles underneath it. Drops into the glove. 2 away.
Now batting, the right fielder.
Jake McCarthy stands in now for the Diamondbacks. 0 for 1 so far. There's the strike.
Not what he's looking for there in the 0-0 count. Looks like he wants the ball down in the zone.
Left-hand batter waits. Hot shot to third. Turner to first. Inning over. 3-run shot for Arizona. It's now a 3-1 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. New inning getting started, and at the plate for the Dodgers, Justin Turner.
Well, after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning. Get that hot team back in there to swing the bats.
And a foul ball. The 0-2. Catcher has it, fires to first. In time to get him. 1 away in the strikeout.
Well, he made pretty quick work of him right there. You look at the sequence, everything down at the knees and below. And some guys are good low ball hitters, but right there, they clearly had a plan to pound that part of the zone, and he wasn't able to put up much of a fight.
Back to the top of the lineup. Now, Jackie Robinson. And the pitch is in for a strike. 0-1. Robinson, 30 years old now. Can't forget to mention he's a former MVP. Out to short, Ahmed. Tosses to first. They get the out on Robinson.
Now batting, shortstop, Jackie Robinson.
2 outs, base is empty. Jackie Robinson, the next to hit. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time. In there for strike 1.
0-1's the count.
And that's a little bit high.
You want to be patient here. Try to work a walk if you can. You've got a big power bat behind you in the on-deck circle. And with 2 outs, 1 swing can put you right back in this ball game.
Swing and a bouncer. Tosses to first. They get the out on Robinson. And the inning is over. Nothing doing for the Dodgers here. Score holds. It's 3-1. And welcome back. Here's Lourdes Gurriel Jr.
The designated hitter.
Gurriel in his 5th season, batting second in today's lineup, and he's usually in the outfield. Today he's the DH. Next offering is fouled back.
You know, Blue, people don't realize how far the jog is from the dugout to the outfield position. And if you're playing in Oakland, man, it's a country mile to get out there. So for him to be able to be the DH today, that is really a nice day off.
Got him swinging.
Just beautiful placement of the splitter right there. Exactly where you want it with 2 strikes to get that swing and miss. And he's worked very hard to be able to command that pitch. It's a tough pitch to get a grip on, but he's one of the best at throwing it where he wants to.
Gonzalez in the box with one away as he takes ball one. The next offering misses, and that's ball two. The 2-0 is in for a strike.
Good pitch to hit on a tee up in the zone. I think he was looking for something else right there.
Next offering misses, and now 3-1.
3 balls, 1 strike.
Foul ball there. Here comes a 3-2. Out towards left center. Martinez moves towards it. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's 2 down.
Now back, first base, Paul.
Now it's Goldschmidt up to the plate. He's 0 for 1. Goldie, a multi-Gold Glove Award winner, over 1,000 runs batted in his career, and he was drafted in the 8th round back in 2009. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
Way to lay off that fastball up right there. You're looking for something you see well that you can handle, but you also have to keep the discipline so that you're not popping up pitches that are just a little too high.
The pitch misses outside. 2 balls, no strikes to count.
He hasn't wanted to challenge him. Both of those pitches off the plate away. Don't expect anything down the heart of the plate. You may just have to be patient and take your walk here.
Out to center. Snyder settles under it, and that'll do it. So 1, 2, 3 go the Diamondbacks as the lead remains 3-1. Welcome back. John Sciambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the 4th, Duke Snyder. Bumgarner back to work. There's a strike.
You know, these Dodgers, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases that are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
Next offering is fouled back. Struck him out looking.
Wow, short work to send him packing to start the inning, and no messing around either. All 3 pitches were in the strike zone, attack mode all the way, and that's pretty impressive given the pop he was dealing with at the plate.
And now here's the Dodgers designated hitter, Sean Green. And there's the strike.
0-1.
On a line, base hit.
Hitting is really easy for some guys. One thing that I can see already, his bat stays in the zone on plane for an extended period of time. And guys like that, they have a high contact rate and they have more barrels because of that bat being on plane. And even when you don't get it great, it's still hit hard enough to dunk something in like that in front of the center fielder.
Murray stands in here, takes ball 1 low. Went down on strikes his first time through. Green stands at first with 1 out. Now snap throw to first, and he's back in standing. Swing and a miss. That's strike one.
Knowing that the pitcher wants a ground ball double play opportunity here, you've got to lay off pitches down in the zone. Right there, swinging at that pitch, that's a no-no.
Kicks and fires. Strike two.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Can't connect on the curveball, struck him out.
Well, he's been racking up the strikeouts, and what's so impressive, not walking anyone. I mean, this guy's just going right after hitters, filling up the strike zone, and it looks like hitters, they're trying to think with him, but they just are a pitch behind. Dominating stuff out there on the mound.
Here's Mookie to hit. He has, as they like to say, light tower power. Not a big guy. This one swung on and hit well. Way back there. And it's gone. Mookie Betts blasts one out. Third home run of the season. It's 3-3. He only needed one swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at bat, Boog. Aggressive, and it paid off. You see how he stays square to the plate. He takes a breaking ball that's away, gets around it, gets it up in the air, and hits a long home run. Not exactly the way that you teach it in the cage, but you'll take the result.
And up to the plate is Will Smith. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Finley makes the play. That is the inning. But two come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this two-run homer. We're tied now with 3 apiece. Back after this on the show. Back here at the ballpark, and now it's going to be Steve Finley.
The center fielder, Steve Finley.
Here comes a pitch. And there's a foul ball. Righty delivers. And now it's even up.
You know, these D-backs doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. It's not just the 3 runs they've already scored. On top of that, they forced this starter to throw more pitches than he wanted to at this point of the game.
That one ripped. Hits the fence. The relay, but he's in there easily.
Really nice job of 2-strike hitting in that at bat. Loud contact leads to the double. I mean, you can tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick.
Next up for the Diamondbacks, Evan Longoria. First offering misses the mark.
And that pitch count is impactful because if they can keep making him work hard out there, it may force the bullpen to get involved a little sooner rather than later.
Righty to the plate. And it's 1-1. Runner at second, nobody out. Base hit center field. Finley around third. Here's the throw to the plate. Run comes in from second. It's 4-3.
Comes through with the RBI. Got a fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball.
Here's a catcher to hit, Gabriel Moreno. He walked and came around to score his first time up. Swings and misses. It's 0-1. Right-hander kicks, deals. Swinging a foul over the screen and back out of play. 0-2 now. And ball one.
I don't like to say he wasted a pitch. I think that was a purpose pitch. Change the eye level, have him look up. Now go back exactly where you want to go.
Nobody out. Runner at first. Cut on and miss. Struck him out. One away.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time a little anxious.
So up next, Nick Ahmed. He's already homered in this one. First pitch, and he just misses. And he deals. And there's a breaking ball that drops in there. Longoria leads off first with one away. Swing and a miss. Going to count 1-2.
He has a tendency to chase out of the zone, and that slider that's down, that's one of his money pitches to get that swing and miss.
The 1-2. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
That's a pretty nasty pitch right there. I'd call it a power curveball in the 80s. It's got so much spin on it, and you really don't have a lot of time to sit back and watch what it's going to do before you have to commit. It was a good one for the swinging strikeout.
Ketel Marte up to the plate. Lied out his first time.
Go Yankees.
And that one just misses. A ball and no strikes. Two outs. And fouled off.
Smiling face with smiling eyes.
And downstairs. And a swing and a miss.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
And now the count filled up 3-2.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
Next offering is fouled back. Swing and a miss, struck him out. But the RBI single pushes across a run. It's now a 4-3 ball game.
Let them know that you the baddest. Let them know that you the baddest. I ain't never seen the baddest. Let them know that you the baddest.
Ready now for the 5th inning. Digging in, J.D. Martinez. Chris, that 2018 Red Sox team that won it all, J.D. Martinez was a vital cog in that offensive machine. Of course, Mookie Betts on that team as well, but Martinez led the majors with 130 runs batted in. He was outstanding. That's ripped into the outfield. Finley snags it on the run.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it, but in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
And first offering is fouled off.
Yeah, and he was the guy that other players fed off of. I mean, his level of intensity and focus and preparation, paying attention to video, batting practice video, going back in afterwards. His teammates fed off of it, and I think that's what elevated the offense.
The pitch. In for a strike. And the count 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And now 2-2. And that one hammered. That's back. That one is gone. He'll touch them all. His first homer of the year, and we are starting over. It's 4-4.
Knew what pitch he wanted to hit, spit on some other pitches in this at bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
So the batting order turns over. Now it's the second baseman, Jackie Robinson. That's down and in.
Count 1-0.
The 1-0.
That's ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes.
There's the strike.
Well, you can't really adjust your game plan for that last pitch. Guy hasn't thrown it very much. You got to focus on the stuff that he's throwing up there most of the time.
Bounce to third. Throws across the diamond. They get the out on Robinson.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
Now here is Jackie Robinson. Chris, his skill set straight out of the mid-80s. Good contact, not much power, and he could run. He always uses the wheels to his advantage.
His biggest challenge in this day and age is to not get caught up in trying to hit home runs, because so many people are.
Tied at 4.
I think baseball's starting to understand that those guys are valuable like they once were. They need them in this game today.
Now 3-0. Duke Snyder waiting to bat for the Dodgers. .3-0 down. And that's in for a strike. And it's filled up.
3-2.
And now the lefty. And down on strikes. That ends the frame. 1 scores in the inning, coming on this solo home run. All even now at 4 apiece. Major League Baseball is on the show.
Yeah, we in goal mode. Going. Yeah, we in goal.
Bottom of the inning, and now here's the speed threat. Outfielder Jake McCarthy. The pitch. He swings and fouls one off. And now the 0-1.
1-1.
And he chases that one below the zone.
2 strikes.
Here's a 1-2. And that skips into dirt. Swings and misses, struck him out.
Oh, there's a small sigh of relief right there. I mean, just to keep that speed off the base pass. It's not just the pitcher. It's other guys that have to think about it. From your infielders have to think about that runner potentially stealing, but also be in position to make a play. As an outfielder, you're thinking about a base hit to the outfield. I got to get to it quickly to try to keep this guy from taking an extra base. So I think everyone just a little more relaxed that he didn't reach base.
And 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
That one missed.
Well, he's so great about hitting the ball the other way. He gets those arms extended. So right there, just trying to straighten him up a little bit so he doesn't have as much outside plate coverage.
And that quickly 2 away.
Got to feel pretty good for the pitcher. Absolutely sawed him off. Bat explodes. And then he makes an easy play on it. Pretty satisfying if you're out there on the ball.
And here is Luis Gonzalez. And a good fastball to start him off. That's strike 1. Left-hand hitter waits. Up the middle. And that will end the inning. And the Diamondbacks down in order. This game's all tied at 4. Back here at Chase Field. All right, we go to the top half of inning number 6. And at the plate for the Dodgers, Duke Snider. First offering, and it just misses. Activity in the Arizona bullpen. Archie Bradley up and throwing. Nelson, the lefty, warming up as well. The lefty, the 1-0. And there's the strike.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
And that one is lifted in the air, and it drops in.
With the way defenders track down balls these days, I mean, both from the infield and in the outfield, there really aren't a lot of base hits on balls hit like that. But there's always a little room back behind the first and second baseman to drop a lawn dart in there, and he found a way.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Madison Bumgarner will depart. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound. So out of the pen for the Diamondbacks, Miguel Castro. He pitched yesterday, and we'll see him once again. And next for L.A., Sean Green.
Good swing out of him last time. Ripped a liner into center.
That one ripped, but foul. Snyder aboard here at first with nobody out. And now the count is even. In the air, out towards left center. Gonzalez brings it in with a nice running grab.
Well, such a confidence boost for a reliever to come into the ball game and get the first hitter he faces. Just makes everything slow down a little bit, and then from there can really settle in.
And up next for Los Angeles, Eddie Murray, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. First pitch just misses.
Well, a mistake right here could untie this ball game. If you're the pitcher out there, you just want to be a little more cautious.
Tied at 4.
Hey. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Fouled off. He was late.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of a double play here.
That one misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Caught a break right there. Pretty good pitch on the outside corner.
In the air, left field. And an automatic double as it hops the fence.
And boy, do they catch a break. Otherwise, you're looking at runners around the bases and probably a run that scores.
Here's Mookie now. He's already homered in this game. Calling for the intentional walk, and that loads up the bases. And the force play is now in order.
Well, it doesn't get much easier with this next batter, but I totally understand going with the intentional walk in that spot. He's just too dangerous at the plate right now, and there's a base open, so it gives you options defensively to get an out.
Smith in the box now, takes strike 1.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
0-1 down.
Ball.
Bases loaded, 1 away.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
So now 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Hammered on the line, base hit. 1 runs in. Here comes the throw. But it's offline. And they take a 2-run lead.
Big one there as he drives in a couple of runs. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
Here's J.D. Martinez. Just missed.
Both you and I know how much attention to detail that J.D. Martinez pays. Kind of makes me think of Albert Pujols, who has been called the machine at times during his career. I'd venture to say you can put J.D. Martinez in that same category, at least the way he approaches his craft.
Ripped to third and caught. So now Turner in on that right side. He's already homered here in this one. That one's in there, 0-1. And strike 2.
No ball, 2 strikes.
The 0-2. Smoked on the ground a second. They take the force out, 3rd out. But 2 runs for them, and they jump ahead. To the bottom of the 6th we go. 4, 5, 6 coming up. It's the Dodgers 6 and the Diamondbacks 4. Well, we go bottom 6. Here's Paul Goldschmidt.
If you don't get ahead in the count, you can forget about having any success against him.
Gonsolin back to work. Clips the corner, and that is strike 1.
Some guys are just more confident they can track that first pitch out of the hand of the pitcher. They don't care if they fall behind 0-1.
The 0-1. That misses off the outside edge.
If you're on the mound right now, you know you have to retire this hitter. If he gets on base, it could open up the floodgates for this offense to score some runs.
Check swing, didn't go. Ball 2.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Pretty good pitch there to take a rip at. He wants to get his arms extended. He likes the ball away from him a little bit, just not able to square it up.
3-2 now.
The guy at the plate could recognize slider out of the hand. Didn't stay in the tunnel very long in terms of depth and perception. He knew right away it was an off-speed pitch.
Goes down looking.
Well, definitely a borderline pitch right there, and he didn't look too convinced as he headed back to the dugout. You know, those are tough ones to let go as a hitter, but with the human umpire calling balls and strikes, it's always going to be on you to protect yourself with 2 strikes.
Steve Finley stands in now for the Diamondbacks. On the ground, Turner collects it. Zips it to first. Score at 5-3 for the second out with the third baseman shifted over there. Evan Longoria stands in now for the Diamondbacks.
Used the big part of the field last time. Nice liner to center.
Longoria, a member of the 1,000 hit club, and he's a former Rookie of the Year. Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit.
Couple of hits in a row for him here. Good piece of hitting going the other way with that pitch to beat the shift. You know, not a lot of guys are willing to do that, even with the shift on, because they're looking to pull the ball with authority. But it's a pretty easy hit if you want it.
And at first, here's the catcher, Gabriel Moreno. A strikeout and a walk. And he hits a ground ball right side. Robinson whips it to first. And that ends the inning. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and 1 left. 7th inning coming up. It's the Dodgers 6 and the Diamondbacks 4. Now on the mound for the Diamondbacks, Archie Bradley.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
So the lineup flips over. Here's the second baseman, Jackie Robinson. 1 for 3. The pitch. Just off the inside edge.
It's good speed at the top of the order here. You want to get it on, see if you can get a stolen base, maybe get around the bases and pick up a run.
And the 1-0. Swing and a pop off in foul ground. Longoria moving under this one. And there's 1 away.
That hanging breaking ball looks so juicy to the hitter, and nothing more frustrating when you miss that pitch and you pop out. He's going to have to think about that till his next at bat.
Now it's the shortstop, Jackie Robinson. Feels like it's less common today that you see a guy like this. The speed component, the contact on the corner for a strike, and it's 0-1.
He just has to understand that his skill set is unique, and he's very valuable for any ball club. If he does that, he'll play a long time in this league.
Up the middle, and it gets by him.
Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Duke Snider steps to the plate for the Dodgers. He's got the power, but great contact skills. One of the best contact hitters in the game. That misses the zone, and it's 1-0. Next pitch inside. Now 2-0. Chris, with that distraction and the speedy guy at first, he's in a favorable hitter's count.
Well, if nothing else, I mean, this is a great spot for a hitter to be in.
Bradley keeping an eye on him. 2-0 to count. Here it comes. In the air, left field, down the line. That one gets down for a hit. Robinson around third. He'll score, and they lead by 3.
Well done. Drives in the run. I don't know how he's able to shoot that pitch the other way and still put something on it. That pitch was inside, and he let it get really deep. So pretty incredible hands to fight it off and still get good wood on it.
Sean Green getting ready to hit. Pitch misses inside, and that's ball 1. Runner at second here, 1 gone. Way high.
He's getting a little frustrated out there on the mound, getting hit around a little bit. Let's see if he can settle himself down.
And the pitch.
That's ball 3.
And that one wrapped foul. And the right-hander deals 3-1, and he couldn't come up with it.
Pretty easy walk right there. Last pitch wasn't even much to think about.
Kyle Nelson gets the ball now.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their guys a chance to fight back into the game.
Number 24, Kyle Nelson.
So first and second with 1 man gone. And at the plate for the Dodgers, Eddie Murray. Singy, he's a guy that covers both sides of the plate about as well as anyone in the sport. How difficult is that to do?
Well, just look at the back of my bubblegum card. You'll see how hard it is. These guys are great, man. They have the ability to look out there, but also to be able to turn on the inside pitch. Those that can really...
Runners on the move. Swing and a miss. Throw to third. Save. Double steal.
I think he surprised everyone in the ballpark, and especially the pitcher. Wasn't a great lead there, but when he took off, I think he caught him off guard. Nice job to get to third.
Second and third here. 1 away. The 0-1 is outside, and it's a ball and a strike.
Oh, he's so good about trying to drive the ball to the opposite field gap in these situations. If he takes that approach, he could bust this game wide open.
The lefty ready, and a 1-1. Good eye right there.
It's a big opportunity right here, but I love the way he's slowing the game down. He's shrinking his zone, making sure he gets the pitch that he wants to hit.
The 2-1. They say it went.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
1 down. Runners at second and third. And now it's filled up.
He wanted that fastball high and tight, looking for a strikeout. Just didn't locate it very well.
Payoff pitch. Got it by him for the K.
Third time he struck out in this one, and definitely an individual performance you want to flush. He just hasn't looked very comfortable up there. Just one of those days. But when you're still winning the ball lead and getting that W.
Now it's Mookie Betts. So with second and third occupied, they go for the intentional walk. Base is now loaded, and there's a force at every base.
Clearly didn't want to mess with him right there, so I think it makes sense to play the numbers game in this spot.
So 2 down. Next up, the Dodgers catcher, Will Smith. That one finds the zone. 0-1.
Tough situation right here. So important as a pitcher to get ahead in the count as he did right there.
Kicks and deals. Late swing fouled off. Battling here as he fouls it away. In the air, right side. McCarthy settles under it. And that's the third out. Dodgers with a run-scoring double. It's now 7-4. You're dialed into the show. New pitcher now, Alex Vesia.
And he's coming in to pitch on 4 days rest right here. And that might not be a factor at all in terms of being rusty, but he should definitely be well rested.
And here it comes. And a strike.
Man, I mean, nice job just presenting it to be better than it actually was.
And he grounds one to the right side. And it goes just foul. Lined into left center, base hit.
Look, I don't think that pitch would have been called a strike, but he did such a nice job of pulling his hands tight to the body and just getting enough of the barrel on it to be hard enough back up the middle for a knock.
And now here is Ketel Marte. And the first pitch misses for ball one.
Well, the leadoff man gets on. You want to minimize the threat by playing sound defense. Hopefully the pitcher can get a ball on the ground and they can roll him up for two.
The 1-0. And there's a strike. Swing and a miss. 1-2.
Clearly all in on the fastball right there, but it was a changeup. Bottom just fell out of it. He's going to have to make an adjustment.
Pitch misses there. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
Ground ball left side and foul ball. And the pitch. And another ball. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. The pitch. High fly ball out towards left field. Back there. And that one is gone. They're going crazy in the dugout. His first homer of the year. It's 7-6. Well, that swing changes things.
Yes, it does. They were in striking distance. They found a way to fight back big time. For the 3-2 count, you've got to be ready to hit at the plate, even if it's a borderline pitch. You don't want to leave it in the umpire's hands. Got to be ready to pull the trigger. He had a great swing on that. He got rewarded for it.
Next to hit for Arizona, Jake McCarthy. Bounce to the right. Over to first. And one away in the bottom of the 7th.
Up next to the sideline, the designated hitter,
'Lourdes. And it's Lourdes Gurriel Jr. And that's in there for strike one. A little out front there as he swings through it.
Man, he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
Got him looking. 2 out.
Well, he's going to have some thinking to do when he leaves the ballpark after this one. That was his 3rd strikeout, and this one looking, obviously, so he's been a little overmatched. He's got to find a way just to be more competitive up there at the plate.
So the Dodgers have a new arm on the mound. Brusdar Graterol.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Now the left fielder, Luis Gonzalez. This guy with light tower power. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Tried to check his swing there, appeal to third. No swing. 2-0.
2 balls, 1 strike.
And that's downstairs and outside.
This is a really good feeling for a hitter at this point in the ball game. You know that they don't want to walk you, so you're going to get a pitch to hit. You just better not miss it.
Good plate appearance there. Able to take the walk.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
Goldie in the box now. Takes strike 1.
Well, with the tying run at first base, he's looking for something he can get a lot of barrel on, drive it into a gap, and score that run from first base.
And a pitch.
Right now, they're looking for something hit hard into the gaps, give them an opportunity with 2 outs to score that run from first.
The 0-2. And that one missing low. Swing and a ball lifted left field, and that'll fall for a base hit. Throw in holds the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away. Here's the center fielder, Steve Finley. First pitch, and that's in for a strike. And the righty deals. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. Check swing, and he held up. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Big spot. 2 out. Both the tying and go-ahead runs are aboard. Next pitch is downstairs.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Two on, 2 outs. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Right-handed reliever.
Good. He never moved because he never had time to. With that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
So now 3-2. The punch out there, down on strikes, and he knew it.
Sometimes he wears the emotion on the sleeve, but that's okay as long as he's getting results. And right there, thrilled with the punch out to get out of a jam.
And welcome back. And now J.D. Martinez. The wind of the pitch. And that one is inside. The Diamondbacks with some movement in the pen. Joe Mantiply up and throwing for manager Torey Lovullo. The wind of the pitch. On the ground to the left. Over to Goldie. And Martinez is out.
Now back, the third baseman, Justin
Turner climbs in on that right side. They say it went. Nelson. He's one of those guys who uses the cut fastball as his primary offering, and when it's on, it can induce a lot of weak contact. Next pitch misses, and that's ball 1.
And the late movement on the cutter is really what makes it so effective, because as a hitter, you make a decision whether you're going to swing or take a pitch before it actually gets into the zone. So that late movement causes it to miss the barrel of the bat, sometimes miss the bat entirely.
Next offering is downstairs. Yeah, they talk about cutters as being lane changers because it's more of that side-to-side movement and very little of the downward tilt. Fair ball. And that rolls into the corner. Now he turns and heads for second. In safely. It's a double and his second hit. Well, Singy, he is locked in there.
Well, he's really slowed the game down, and it's like he's moving in full speed and everybody is a step or two behind. The way that he squared up that baseball tells me that he is seeing it like a beach ball.
And next for L.A., Jackie Robinson. First pitch, and he just misses. And there's a ball.
It's getting squeezed a little bit here late.
That misses, and it's 3-0. One out and a runner at second. There's a strike. And a strike in there.
We got full count.
Three-two. Gets a piece and stays alive. pitch. Line drive, and that should be extra bases. Turner coming home. He'll score easily. It's 8-6. Cut off, throw to third, and he's in there. A run comes in the play.
He quickly went from hitter to base runner. Love when guys make that transition, and he's got speed to put on a show.
So one gone with a runner at third. And now the shortstop, Jackie Robinson. And first offering is fouled off.
Here's the sac fly situation, and he's got to make sure he gets the ball out over the plate and get those arms extended. They're trying to crowd him with the infield in. This would be a big pickup if he can push a run across.
And a pitch. Misses inside. And it's a ball and a strike. Back and forth we go, a seesaw battle in the late stages of this one. The 1-1 is fouled off. And a swing and a miss. 2 down.
Big strikeout right there, and that kind of takes the pressure off the defense a bit. Infield was in, so now they can move back, give themselves more time on a grounder to make a play. A lot more ways to work out of this and strand that runner at third now.
And that one pulled foul. And the lefty with the 0-1. And a swing and a miss.
Gonna really need to hang in there with that front side against this left-handed breaking ball.
Got him. That's his second strikeout. But they do get on the board in the inning on this run-scoring triple. It's now 8-6. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Pedro Martinez. He's making his second appearance of the season.
Now pitching for Los Angeles, number 45, Pedro Martinez.
Now the third baseman, Evan Longoria.
The third baseman, Evan Longoria.
Hawaii to kick the pitch. That's a little bit low. Activity in the bullpen for the Dodgers. Evan Phillips looks to be getting ready for manager Dave Roberts. That's in there. That's strike one. Swings and misses at the pitch off the plate. Not close with that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Got him swinging. Pulled the string on the changeup. Now up next for Arizona, Gabriel Moreno. First offering, and it just misses. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. That one to first, and he takes it himself for the out.
Now batting, shortstop, Nick Ahmed.
Next up for the Diamondbacks, Nick Ahmed. And it's fouled away.
You.
Kicks and fires. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. And the 0-2. Ahmed checks his swing. Now an appeal to first, and that's going to be ruled a swing. Diamondbacks down quickly. Can't cut into an 8-6 deficit. Andrew Chafin enters the game.
And he comes on here for the first time this season, and I'm sure there's some nerves involved in that, so we'll see how he settles in.
Now it's the Dodger cleanup hitter, Sean Green. The pitch. Chafin measures 6 feet 2 inches. He features a sinker, a slider, and he works in a 4-seamer. Hit hard, base hit. Makes the turn and heads for second. And he greets the new arm from the bullpen with a double.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. That was a thing of beauty. He may have been a little behind the pitch, but by getting that barrel into the hitting zone early on in his swing, he was able to meet it and still shoot a line drive down the line and left.
And up next for Los Angeles, Eddie Murray. A switch hitter batting right. That clips the inside corner for a strike. No outs. Runner on second. Check on the runner, and he dives back in safely. Here comes the 0-1. Inside corner, and that's called a strike.
0-2 count, both pitches on the inside part of the plate. Hitter is thinking, I don't want to get beat here. This is a good time for something off speed away.
And he deals. That misses the zone, and it's 1-2. The pitch. High fly ball out to center field. Finley has it sized up. Makes the catch. And there's one away.
Now right fielder.
Here's Mookie Betts. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. And the first offering is not close. Swings through that one for strike one. He swings and hits a fly ball center field. Finley has it sized up and makes the grab. And there's two away.
Now batting, catcher,
And here's the catcher, Will Smith. Ground ball right side. In plenty of time to first, and they get the out on Smith. And that is that. So they work around the leadoff double, and 9-1-2 scheduled to lead off the bottom of the ninth. It's the Dodgers 8 and the Diamondbacks 6. New pitcher for the Dodgers, Evan Phillips. He comes in with a chance for his second save of the season.
Now pitching for Los Angeles, number 59, Evan Phillips.
And now it's the switch-hitting second baseman, Ketel Marte.
The second baseman.
You got the number 9-hole hitter right here, looking to do whatever he can to get on base, turn this lineup over so the best hitters in this lineup have a chance to tie up the ball game or maybe even walk it off.
And the pitch. A rope into right, and that's a base hit. So now back to the top of the order.
Went up there looking to be aggressive and got something he could handle. Nice line drive to the pull side, met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
So
Diamondbacks will win this.
And now the right fielder, Jake McCarthy. Gets the slider in there for a strike.
Pretty rare location right there, right down the middle. This guy paints the edges. I'm not sure if you're going to see that pitch again as a hitter.
The tying run at the plate.
Ball, action flag.
I hope it depends.
And downstairs. Two one now. That one missed.
On this count, runner not known for his speed, but I think you got to put him in motion. Try to avoid a double play here, Boo.
Lourdes Gurriel Jr. in the on-deck circle. Righty delivers. There's the strike.
Wow, just a beautiful backdoor slider right there. If you've got any chance of hitting that pitch, you have to wait until the absolutely last millisecond. Just a tough pitch to hit, and not an easy one to throw either. Well, now he's got two runners on after that walk, and things can get out of hand in a hurry in these situations, so he's going to have to find a way to get back into the strike zone.
Here's Gurriel, known for his late-inning heroics. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
This is the guy they turn to get the most important outs of the ball game, but they're going to make him work to get this save.
Trying to keep the game alive here in the bottom of the ninth. Swing and a ball popped up. Robinson pulls it in on the run.
Up next to the Diamondbacks, the left fielder,
2 on, 1 out. Luis Gonzalez stands in now for the Diamondbacks. Pitch misses there. Ball 1.
Everyone here understands just how quickly things could change.
1 out. Runners at first and second. One now. And that's outside.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
2 balls and a strike. Here it comes. There's a strike. Tying run is at first here in the last half of inning number 9. Next pitch is inside. Counts full, 3-2. Grounder might be 2. Robinson to second. The double play ends it right here.
Well, Boone, 4 games wasn't too long of a losing streak, but they're definitely happy to be back in the win column. Now you can turn things around, get on the right track, and probably start a winning streak from here.
Final score of 8-6 in this one. Dave Roberts and company celebrate in the dugout. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shelby saying so long.
Here now is our final line score this afternoon. For the victorious Dodgers, 8 runs on 14 hits, 1 error. They left 9 men on base. For the Diamondbacks, 6 runs, 9 hits, no errors. They left 7 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 37 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this afternoon. And we remind you to please drive home safely.
And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. The show brings you a matchup of division rivals. It's the Los Angeles Dodgers taking on the San Francisco Giants. Alongside my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Chompy. Thanks for joining us here. Singing a guy who could change this game with one swing of the bat, Willie Mays. Always exciting to see him in action, and it seems like he consistently finds a way to impact the game.
Yeah, Boog, it's offensively at the plate, defensively when he's on the bases. I mean, this guy's just a heads-up player, but he's got so much talent, and he makes the most of that. I believe it starts with his preparation because you never see him give away an at-bat.
Just about set to go now. Showing the slab in today's game, Madison Bumgarner.
Been a very solid pitcher throughout his career. ERA around 3.5. What I like is he competes, he stays in the game, and he gives his team an opportunity to win.
All right, ready to go here. And at the plate for the Dodgers, Jackie Robinson. Here comes a pitch. Popped up. Flores hauls it in, and there's one away. Time now for Dave Roberts' lineup for the Los Angeles Dodgers. All right, Singy, how about all the talent in this lineup?
They're deep, first and foremost, but the way that they can manipulate their personnel for matchups and everything else, it's very intelligent the way that they use their team, and I think it creates a little bit of uncertainty for opposing teams, especially in a big game, big series.
Jackie Robinson in the box here lets that one go for a ball. That misses. Two balls, no strikes. That's a strike.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Kicks and deals. Fly ball center field. Mays on his horse. Got it. Really had to move for that catch. 2 up, 2 down.
Batting third, the center fielder, number 3.
2 outs, base is empty. Duke Snider digs in now.
Kind of a throwback. No batting gloves.
Singy, you can't ask for anything more. This guy checks all the boxes offensively.
He is the ultimate professional, and it doesn't just start at game time. It starts in the afternoon, the way he prepares and gets ready for the ball game. I tell you what, his teammates feed off of the leadership that he shows on and off the field.
Now 1-1.
1-1.
The 1-1 is fouled off. And it's even up. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Two now. And that one a little bit high.
Wow, this guy's really battling up there as if his run is the game-winning run. I love his tenacity.
Ninth pitch of the at-bat due next. Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. Pulled the string on the changeup.
I think the key is arm action on the changeup. When you can sell it like a fastball, you drop the velocity, you get the swing and miss, and you walk off the field.
Back here at Oracle Park, getting the nod in this one, Don Sutton. Singing he is one of the best to ever do it.
True legend in this game with over 300 career wins. Always a joy to watch him go to work. It's effortless out there. Doesn't wear his emotions on his sleeve. Doesn't know when he's high or when he's low.
Bottom of the first. And here's the veteran outfielder, Hank Thompson. Singy, he's a guy that covers both sides of the plate about as well as anyone in the sport. How difficult is that to do?
Well, just look at the back of my bubblegum card. You'll see how hard it is. These guys are great. Ability to look out there, but also to be able to turn on the inside pitch. Those that can really sharpen things on the outer half, those are the ones that become elite.
Left-hand batter waits. That one fouled off. Oh, and 2 now.
That's the ball.
Got him. And now one away. Here's the veteran outfielder, Monty Irvin, one of the stars in the win yesterday as he had 3 hits. In there, and it's 0-1.
One strike.
Just missed. Next pitch, not close, up high. Righty to the plate. Swung on, belted. That one carrying. And it's into the bleachers. Out of here. It just got out of here. And it gives them the lead in the first. It's 1-0.
He wanted to hit, spit on some other pitches in this at bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
Base is empty, 1 away. Willie Mays, the next Giant to hit. First offering, misses the mark.
Part of the order coming through now, and with 1 home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
Next one misses, and now 2-0. Sutton maybe a little less aggressive on the mound right now after that home run, Chris.
Yeah, it seems that way. You know, guys, they can come out, feel good, but then all of a sudden get touched up a little bit, and they start trying to throw instead of pitch. They're not trusting their stuff.
Here's the Giants lineup. Chris, this is a lineup offensively that could be really good for years to come.
Well, there's a lot of young talent in this lineup. I think as they gel together, gain some maturity over the course of this season, they could be playing October baseball.
So digging in, Willie McCovey sat out last night's game, but back in there today. Pitch is in there. That's strike 1. Well, he's been good for the most part. Is it going to take someone going out to the mound to maybe refocus him a bit?
Well, partner, every pitcher's a little different. I liken it to you. Sometimes you come in and you're not as focused, and I kind of do what it takes to get you on track, and then you have a great show. So perhaps it's the same with him. Nobody really wants their rhythm broken up, but sometimes they need a little pick-me-up.
Left-hand hitter waits.
Ball.
Two outs. Stays alive.
Flew open a little bit with that front shoulder, but was able to slow his bat down just enough to make contact with that pitch. Keep the at-bat alive.
That one misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count with 2 outs. And now it's filled up.
Okay.
Orlando Cepeda waiting for a turn at the plate. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. Right-hander kick steals. In the air to left center. Martinez moves towards it. Makes the grab on the run. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. When the Giants go deep, it's bye-bye, baby. It's now 1-0. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. Welcome back. At the plate, Sean Green.
He's hitting for that pop. Came out of the gates really strong.
The pitch. Off the plate inside. 1-0. They say you win.
1 ball, 1 strike.
The big lefty turns, kicks, steals. And that one fouled off. And a swing and a miss. Now 1 away.
Tell you what, those are the types of guys pitchers really like to punch out when they're on the mound, because if they get on, just the distraction that they create with all that speed over on the base pass, it can take away your focus from the next hitter, and that's the last thing you want to do is serve up a pitch that a guy hits over the fence, and it's a multi-run home run.
Next to hit, Eddie Murray. This one popped up. Crawford makes the grab, and there's 2 gone.
The right fielder, Mookie Betts.
Here's Mookie now. Good power, not great in the OBP department.
I mean, these guys know they have to get going out of the gates, but you're not going to hear a skipper. You're not going to hear people really say that.
And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
Because this game's hard enough, and you try to minimize the pressure that you put on yourself or that you take in from outside. So sticking to the plan, the process every day, coming in, doing your work, making the adjustments you need to make, and just focusing on the task at hand that day.
That hits the dirt, and it's 2-1. Check swing went around, and it's 2-2. And that just misses.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
And a payoff pitch. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. The kick, the 3-2. Hit hard, that gets through.
Showed a lot of fight with 2 strikes in that AB. Pulled that one right in the direction of the shifted defense, but no one could make a play on it. I mean, that's his approach, and it's probably not changing.
The batter now will be Will Smith. Fly ball down the line. And he can't quite get there. It's a foul ball.
Trying to steal a first pitch strike with the breaking ball right there, but he was all over it in the box. Kind of sets up an interesting at bat the rest of the way. A little chess match here.
Next one is off the plate. And the count 1-2.
0-2 fastball way out of the zone. I think he's trying to speed him up. Got to stay back. Off speed's probably coming.
At the belt and fires. Fights it off. He'll see another. And now the lefty. That one missing inside.
It's a good take.
Next pitch is outside.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
Kicks and fires. Ground ball up the middle. Crawford. And that'll do it. One left for LA. They trail here 1-0. Bottom of the second. Now it's the DH, Orlando Cepeda.
The designated hitter, Orlando.
And the pitch. That clips the corner. Next offering misses down and away. Matthew Ross umpiring behind home plate for us in this one. He's got a reputation for having a bit of a wide strike zone, Chris.
Yeah, no doubt, Boog. He rewards pitchers when they're working the edges and sometimes a little bit beyond that. So for the hitters, just have to really be aware. Don't miss your pitch when you get it early in the count.
Next one just misses. It's 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 1 away.
Well, that's a curveball that I'm sure he wants back at the plate. 2 strikes, the sort of pitch you're hoping for. A bit of a mistake, and I'd say in a very hittable location, but clearly the break was enough to get him to swing through it.
Here's Crawford now. Open stance on that left side. Out towards right center. That's well struck. And it hits the top of the wall. Safely into second. He's got a double.
Everything came together for him. Solid swing from start to end. On time with everything. Really good balance. Nice extension. And he made it out front for the line drive knock.
Now it's J.D. Davis. Swings here and blasts one left field. That's down. One hops off the wall. The run comes in from second. It's 2-0. Now the tag at second, and he's out, trying for 2. And now it's Wilmer Flores. Check swing, no appeal. And there's the strike.
21.
And a pitch.
2-2.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. 2 down, nobody on. And a foul ball, he stays alive. The wind of the pitch. And a swing and a miss. And that's that. So it's 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and no one left on. We played 2 full. It's the Giants 2 and the Dodgers nothing. On to the 3rd inning. Now it's J.D. Martinez. J.D. Martinez, part of that Red Sox team that won over 100 games in 2018 and won it all. He was one of their top hitters and has had a really good stretch where he's been one of the top sluggers in baseball. The wind and the pitch. That one at the knees for a strike.
And I think you could credit J.D. Martinez with a lot of the success that offense had, because he took things to another level in terms of his preparation, watching video, paying attention to detail, and his teammates fed off that.
2-1.
The next offering misses. Now 3-1. The 3-1 in for a strike, full count. Popped up. Davis has a beat on it. Makes the grab, 1 down.
Oh, that's a frustrating into the at bat for the hitter right there. I mean, that pitch was right down the middle. I think he got a little too excited, came out of his mechanics, and instead of driving that ball somewhere, he popped it up. Unfortunate for him.
And first offering is fouled off. Turner, multi-time All-Star, hitting 9th in today's lineup. What a run over the last 10 as he's hitting over 400 during that span. The wind to kick the pitch. Swing and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes.
Didn't recognize off speed. Thought it was fastball. A little bit out in front.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Stood absolutely no chance on that slider right there. And I don't mean to laugh, but that's a tough one. I mean, pretty much a perfect strikeout pitch. I mean, it looks like a fastball middle in. Kind of has cutter action, and it just bunches you up to where you can't get your hands through and the barrel to it. And not much you can do unless you recognize the spin early and you spit on it.
Robinson takes low, second trip to the plate in this one. And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. And Thompson makes the play. They get the out on Robinson. And the inning is over. Dodgers down in order. They trail things here 2-0. As we go to the last of the 3rd. And now the catcher comes up to him. Joey Bart. And here it comes. Strike 1. Bart in his 2nd season, 26 years old, a former 1st-round pick back in 2018. Popped up to the left into foul ground. Turner on his way over, brings it in, and there's 1 down.
Now batting, the right fielder. Hey.
Back to the leadoff spot in the Giants lineup. Now it's the Giants leadoff hitter, Hank Thompson. His first at bat was a strikeout. That one's in there, 0-1.
I mean, that's perfect location, right on the black. I mean, over and over again, this guy demonstrates the ability to hit those spots. They're so tough to do anything with as a hitter.
1 down, base is empty. This one lifted in the air, left field. Martinez hauls it in for the out. And there are 2 down.
The left fielder, number 20, Monte.
2 outs, base is empty. Monty Irvin now at the plate. The solo homer his first time. He's kind of an outlier, especially when guys are consciously sacrificing contact to deliver power. And takes low for ball one.
Yeah, his swing is so good. It's in the zone a long time. He gets the barrel to it a lot, and that produces more base hits.
Ground ball to the right side. He steps on the bag. That's the inning. Nothing doing there for San Francisco, but they hold the 2-0 lead. Back here at the ballpark, on to the fourth. Now the number 2 hitter, Jackie Robinson.
He's not the power guy, but he can hurt you to all parts of the ballpark.
When you look at the elite teams in the game right now, there is going to be the slug, no question about it. But the really good offensive teams combine slug with more contact, with less swing and miss. Next pitch is outside.
Yeah, and the domino effect of that is running up pitch counts on pitchers and then either getting them to a place of fatigue or getting into the bullpen perhaps before you get to those higher leverage arms at the back end.
Here's a 3-0. That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
That could jumpstart an offense that's really struggled to score in this one. Don't want to wake a team up with the free pass.
And next for L.A., Duke Snider. Struck out swinging his first time. One of the things that Jim Leland used to say when I was broadcasting with the Marlins, the longer a plate appearance goes for a batter, the more likely it is that something good will happen for the hitter. The pitch. Now 1-1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Ball and a strike. Swings through that.
Yeah, and I figured you would get Kotze into this because you had a free dinner at his house the other night.
That is true. And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. 1 out. Sean Green steps to the plate for the Dodgers. He struck out swinging at his first at bat. Runner on the go. Ball outside. Throw safe. Siggy, he definitely showed off the wheels there.
Yeah, and it turned out to be a bang-bang play. StatCast gives us the data, and that stolen base wasn't possible without that sprint speed.
Runner at second here, 1 gone. Off the mark there, and the count is 2-0.
Well, he looks more focused at the plate and working the count after that first at-bat strikeout.
Next offering is in for a strike.
Nasty 2-0 slider there for a strike. That tells you he's got a lot of confidence in that pitch.
The 2-1. Good eye in that spot. And a pitch. Fouls one away, and now 3-2. And he deals. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Three and 2 now. This one grounded to Davis. Zips it across. Play is made, 2 out.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Next is switch hitting first baseman Eddie Murray.
And Boog, I'd say he's due.
Ball 1 there. 2 outs. And one in scoring position. There's a strike. Just off the outside part of the plate. Check swing, but he went too far. And the count is 2-2. The pitch. Misses off the plate. Ball 3. Mookie Betts waiting on deck if they extend the inning.
Plenty of pop in his bat, so he could give them the lead with one swing if he gets the chance.
Man at second. In the air, left side. Irvin under it and puts the squeeze on that one. And that is that. So the Dodgers leave one and they're down 2-0. Bottom of the fourth, and digging in for San Francisco, Willie Mays. He's not going to get cheated up there.
No, he's not. He's looking to do damage with every swing he takes.
And that one almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
That one is absolutely belted. That ball's carrying. And that one's gone into the bleachers. A solo shot, and they add to their lead. It's 3-0.
So good at getting his arms extended, and that's exactly what he did right there. You don't typically want to pull a pitch in that part of the plate, but he doesn't allow his wrist to roll over, stays through the ball, gets the loft, and gets the home run.
And next will be the cleanup hitter, Willie McCovey. Glove side, but it gets through.
Put a great swing on that ball. Took the barrel right to it. Nice extension as well. 105 exit velocity. That tells you everything you need to know about that swing.
And now Orlando Cepeda. He was a strikeout victim his first time. Here comes the pitch. Runner breaks for second. Foul back our way, and that's out of play. Runner at first with no outs here. Next offering is in for a strike. That's hard hit on the line. Snyder hauls it in, and there's one away.
The batter, number 35, shortstop, Brandon Crawford.
Here's Brandon Crawford, doubled in his first AB. Brandon Crawford, a kid who grew up a Giants fan. His dad had season tickets at Candlestick Park, and then at, what was it initially, Pac Bell Park. And the righty deals. Swing and a tapper that rolls foul. Here's the 0-2. That's inside.
One ball, 2 strikes.
He goes down looking.
Wow, that's a tough call for the hitter, but the pitcher will take that all day long. Not quite in the strike zone, but he found a spot that the umpire is going to, at least for now, allow him to get that call. So hitters are going to have to make an adjustment, but pitchers are going to learn from those things and really try to exploit them if they can.
Now it's J.D. Davis. Pitch misses, and that is ball one. That clips the corner.
Well, he looks fresh out there. Just needs to get a little more confidence and remember how good he's been in the past.
Swings and misses, and that is strike two.
Not sure what's going on right there. No chance. Probably have some funny texts from his buddies after the game.
Check swing, tried to hold up, now an appeal to first. And he went, says Dave Lawrence. It's a run for the Giants on the solo blast. It's now 3-0. It's Major League Baseball on the show.
You softly cause you're like the gas tank of a Mr. Softies in the winter. They ain't feeling you. See, every time you see me, I got something new. Every time you see me, I got something.
We go to the top of the fifth. Here's Mookie to hit.
Not only can he hit the cover off the ball, he's got a great eye as well.
The wind of the pitch. Ball one, no strikes.
You know, these Dodgers showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. Feels like almost every at bat has gone full. They've worked a full count 6 different times, and that's the main reason his pitch count is so high right now.
Swing and a miss, and that's strike two. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. And up to the plate is Will Smith. He's 0 for 1.
Smith.
And that's in there for strike one.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
On to first, and they get the out on Smith.
Now left fielder, J.D. Martinez.
J.D. Martinez stands in. First time up was a pop out. Pitch misses. Ball one.
1-0.
And that one is in for a strike. And the pitch. So a foul ball makes it 1-2.
Now this offense has just been locked down. Almost 5 full innings of shutout baseball.
Kicks and deals. And a ball evens the count. And that's a little high. Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. Three-two. Out to short. Crawford throws to first in time. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Dodgers go down quietly. Still down 3-0. And welcome back. We head to the bottom of the fifth. Now it's the second baseman, Wilmer Flores. Sutton back to work. That misses the zone, and that's ball one.
One ball, no strikes.
And that's a little bit high. Righty to the plate. Swing and a high fly ball in the air left field. That's back. And it's a one-hopper off the wall. Should be extra bases. And he's got a double.
Well, when you fall behind in the count, you've got to come into the zone, and then guys have a better chance of hitting the ball hard like he did right there.
This is Joey Bart. He popped out his first time. There's a strike. Bart, former top prospect for the Giants, and now Buster Posey's replacement. Runner at second, nobody out. Strike two. Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Jimmy Nelson looks to be getting ready for manager Dave Roberts. Hudson getting loose as well. Oh, 0-2 now. In the dirt, blocked. Throws to first, and that's the first out in the bottom of the fifth.
Well, that at bat seemed to be over as soon as it started. 3-pitch strikeout. You've got to be better at the plate right there. At least to foul something off, extend that at bat.
Hank Thompson steps into the box. First pitch doesn't find the zone. And he pumps it a strike.
Pretty impressive. We haven't seen that pitch from him much, but he's got a really good feel when he throws it.
Righty delivers. And that's too high.
2-2.
And it's filled up. And that's ball four.
Oh, he earned his trip to first right there. It's not easy laying off pitches that just miss the zone like that. And it's a real discipline as well. He's put a lot of work into that aspect of his game, and it paid off right there.
Irvin in the box again, takes a strike. Right side, and that's a fair ball. Flores rounds third, headed for the plate. The tag, and he's in there.
Well, here we are, third time through the order, and this is where we see the OPS jump up. Manager might have to go to the bullpen a little bit sooner than he anticipated.
So the Dodgers have a new arm on the mound, Clayton Kershaw. He's pitching on 2 days rest. So one out with two aboard. Willie Mays, the next Giant to hit. He's already homered in this game. First offering misses the mark. And that's in for a strike. Kershaw fires. Good eye right there.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
Step off, throw to first. Irvin gets back easily. And another ball.
Good miss with that changeup away. He needs a ball on the ground for a double play. Minimize the potential threat right here. On the hitter's side, nice job of laying off that pitch.
3-2 now. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. And a 3-2. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Couldn't catch up to the heater.
Well, when you commit to throwing an inside fastball to your glove side across the strike zone, especially with 2 strikes, if you're going to miss, you want to miss off the plate in. You do not want to leave it out over the heart of the plate. So that was excellent execution on that pitch. Really tied him up, and he couldn't get a piece at all.
McCovey in the box now as he leaves that one up high. Runners on first and third, 2 away. Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. Under it is Justin Turner to make the catch, and that's the inning. 1 run in the inning, but they leave 2. 5 innings complete. It's the Giants 4 and the Dodgers nothing. Back here at Oracle Park, start of the 6th, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton, and leading off, Justin Turner. Here comes a pitch. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit.
Now back, the second baseman.
Only 2 hits allowed so far tonight, Boog, so I don't think that one will disrupt his momentum all that much. You know, he's really been on top of his game, commanding his pitches all night long.
Back to the top of the Dodgers order. Here's a speed threat, Jackie Robinson. That misses the zone, and it.
Now, these guys definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap, but you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ball game.
The pitch. Hammered on a line to the left, base hit. Lead runner to second, so 2 on and nobody out.
Back-to-back singles, just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great. Could be a chance here for them to start clawing back into this ball game.
Jackie Robinson will hit next. Ball 1 low. They've got a potent lineup, and when you think about teams capable of rallying from this kind of deficit, they're right at the top of the list. Swing and a miss, and the count 1-1. Just off the inside edge. He was looking to come up with the shutdown inning, and off to a shaky start. Struck him out swinging. Couldn't catch up to the heater.
Oh, nothing too fancy on the strikeout pitch right there. Just a low 90s fastball, and I'm not sure he was trying to challenge him, but that's pretty much what happened. Very hittable location, but he found a way to just get it by him.
And first offering is fouled off.
Yeah, he can move the ball around, add and subtract, get some weak contact at times. So you don't worry as much about him in this situation. Very capable of getting a ground ball and getting out of this little jam.
That's in there, and it's 0-2. Two on, one out. And that's down and away.
Talk about the right guy at the right spot. They really need a rally, and this guy is someone you can believe in to find a way to get on base.
In the dirt. Nice job behind the plate there. Runners at first and second with one gone. Next offering is down low. The 3-2 is off the outside edge, and that is ball 4.
That's a tough one to swallow right there. If you're on the mound, you're ahead in the count 0-2, and you just couldn't find a way to put him away. It's going to be frustrating if that one comes back to bite him.
Green lays off down low as he digs in for the third time.
This guy absolutely flies. The defense wants to turn two, but they've got to get a ball they can do it with. Make sure you get the first out before you try to rush and get two and end up with nothing.
All loaded up, dangerous hitter at the plate. Comebacker could be two. There's one. Double play. They can't seem to break through. Inning over.
Just trying to sneak one through with the bases loaded, but an excellent job by the defense to turn that one and get out of this jam.
Bottom of the 6th, and now it's the Giants DH, Orlando Cepeda.
With this kind of lead, he can swing freely, try to hit the ball out of the park, do what he loves to do.
The pitch. Rolled softly, but that goes foul. Kershaw, in his second season, he features a four-seam fastball, a curve, a changeup, and he works in a slider. Next pitch is outside, and now it's even 1-1. Into center. Snyder going after it. Puts the squeeze on that one, and a quick out, number 1. And that'll bring up Brandon Crawford. First pitch, and that's in for a strike.
First pitch changeup, he gets a called strike. You got to really know who that hitter is at the plate in order to throw that pitch again and again.
Right side. Betts settles underneath it. He makes the grab, and there are 2 outs.
The third baseman, number 7.
2 outs, base is empty. And up next for the Giants, J.D. Davis, 1 for 2. Davis in his 5th season, 29 years old, and they went out and made a trade for him last season. 0-1. And a good eye there. And now 1-2. And a ball and 2 strikes. That's to third. Turner collects it. Tosses to first. Play made. That ends the inning. Giants are down 1-2-3, but they're in front 4-0. Back here in San Francisco, and here's the first baseman, Eddie Murray. The Dodgers in striking distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. I need a good at bat out of him right here.
That one misses. 1-0.
1 ball, no strike.
And he takes a strike. The lefty closing in on 100 pitches. McCovey makes the grab, 1 away.
Now batting, right fielder, Mookie Betts.
And now it's Mookie Betts. He's a guy who does it all. With the lack of contact in today's game, this guy hits for contact, so he delivers average, but there's on base and slugging too. 0-1.
Early in the count, you have to be real careful because of that power, but then if this hitter gets a strike or 2 on him, he's still very comfortable. And because he has the ability to get the barrel to the baseball, he's a threat deep into the count as well.
The 1-1. Next offering is fouled back. There's a swing and a drive. Mays raging back towards the wall. Back some more. And he makes the catch on the track. Just missed a homer that time.
Nobody goes back on a ball better than he does.
2 outs, base is empty. Will Smith steps to the plate for the Dodgers. And ball 1. Check swing. No appeal. 2-1. And a foul ball.
Look out. That ball was smoked. Man, I am so relieved that they have this netting down the lines. Just ensures safety for the fans. Last thing as a player, you want to look up and see a fan get hit.
In the air, right field. Thompson drifts towards it. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch. That is the inning. Nothing doing for the Dodgers here. They're down 4-0.
For the traditional 7th-inning stretch.
Welcome back. Bottom of the 7th. Here's the second baseman, Wilmer Flores.
Wilmer Flores.
Kershaw back to work. There's a strike. Next pitch misses outside. And the count even 1-1. And that's downstairs and outside. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. And it's off the wall. The relay throw. Safe at second.
2 hits for him in this one. Both were extra bases. Got to feel good about that. Off the bat, it was headed for the gap all the way. And as a hitter, you love seeing those as you take your first couple of steps out of the box. You know you've got some real estate to run on, and such a good feeling. Nice liner into the gap right there.
So, man aboard. Here's Joey Bart now. In there, and it's 0-1.
Well, these Giants, digging into their numbers, have to be happy with the swings they're taking. They have 5 extra base hits on the stat sheet so far, and that tells me they're seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well.
Comes up empty on the swing. 0-2 now.
With all those extra base hits, it's easy to think we're going to see that trend continue the rest of the game. They seem to be really locked in at the plate.
Swing and a miss, and he got him. Not what you're looking for after the leadoff double. A strikeout, and there's one away.
A pretty good break on the curveball right there. Maybe not as down in the zone as he would have liked, but deceptive enough to get that swing and miss. And if you don't catch that pitch out front on the barrel, it bears in on you pretty hard.
Lined, and that's a base hit. And that's going to get into the corner. The run comes in from second. It's 5-0. Pulls into second. That's an RBI double.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. First pitch fastball in a great spot to do some damage, and he squared it up nicely.
Here's the left fielder, Monty Irvin. He had a big swing for these guys way back in the first inning.
Yeah, Boog, he didn't waste any time in this one. The solo shot really got his team going, and he's looking for more right here.
And now the lefty, and a foul ball. The 1-1. Bounce to the right side. Steps on first for the out.
The center fielder, number 24, Willie.
And now the center fielder, Willie Mays. He's already homered here in this one. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Two outs. He was late there. Strike one. The 1-1. Tried to get him to chase on the changeup that time. Runner at third. 2 away. Down the line towards the corner. Betts settles underneath it. He's got it. And that is that. A run on 2 hits, and they leave 1. 8th inning coming up. It's the Giants 5 and the Dodgers nothing. Back here at the ballpark, now the left fielder, J.D. Martinez. Bumgarner still out there to pitch the 8th and working with a big lead.
He's been excellent, really on his game in this one, and at this point, he wants to finish what he started.
And he swings and lifts one to deep center field. Mays going back on this one. Pulls it in on the warning track.
Woo, he was all over that first pitch fastball, just barely missed it. Man, this guy was ready to hit.
Justin Turner now. Is there a debate to be had about shutting him down, maybe to preserve some bullets given the score?
Absolutely. When you consider over the course of a long season, guys putting a lot of stress on that elbow, on that shoulder, but you also have to pry the ball out of a hand of a guy like this because he's so competitive.
The big lefty turns, kicks, deals. Just missed.
21.
Next offering is in for a strike. Gets a piece and stays alive. The pitch. Fouls it off, still 1-2. And now 2-2.
Oh, he might have to look for a different put away pitch right here 2-2. He's already seen the curveball a couple of times in this at bat, so might have it timed up and ready for it.
The 2-2. Good job to fight that one off. 9th pitch of the at-bat due next. And down on strikes he goes, and there's 2 down. Jackie Robinson steps to the plate for the Dodgers. 1 for 3.
Robinson.
And a foul ball. Here's the 0-1. Out towards right center field. Thompson racing after it. And that one hops the wall. Now around second, going for third. And this is going to be a 2-out triple.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
Two outs with a man at third. And now Jackie Robinson. A strikeout and a walk. They say you win.
No ball. 1 strike.
Two outs with a runner at third. Oh, and 2 as he waves at that one.
Just a bit late on that 0-1 breaking ball. 0-2 hole now. He's going to have to shorten up, tighten things up if he's going to have a good at bat.
The 0-2. Now one missed. Next pitch is downstairs. In the dirt. No advance. Good job behind the dish. And a pitch. Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. Makes the play, and it's out number 3. One left for LA. Still looking at that 5-0 deficit. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Alex Vesia.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
Willie McCovey getting ready to hit. The pitch. That one drifts inside. Pitch misses, and it's 2-0. There's a strike. The next pitch misses. 3-1. And there's ball 4.
You know, I think he's okay with that outcome. It wasn't an intentional walk, but he wasn't exactly trying to attack the zone either.
Next is the designated hitter, Orlando Cepeda. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. First pitch, not close. Just missed.
When you get ahead in the count, there's no doubt that the success rate goes up, and that's what he's been doing. It's made a big impact for him in recent games.
2-0 to count. Here it comes. That's through there for a strike. Nobody out. Runner at first. The 2-2 on the way. Started to go after it. Now a look down to first. And he held back, according to Dave Lawrence. And here it comes. Got him looking for the strikeout. Called strike 3 and a fastball up in the zone. Brandon Crawford, the next Giant to hit.
Shortstop, Brandon Crawford.
First pitch doesn't find the zone.
1 ball, no strike.
The 1-1 is fouled off. The 1-2. just misses with that one. And there's a ball.
He's really tightening up his hitting zone with 2 strikes here. I love it.
Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Payoff pitch. Hit on the ground, might be 2. Over to Jackie to get 1. And it's a double play to end the inning. Looks like he's heading back out for the 9th as he'll go for the shutout when we get back. New arm for the Giants, Taylor Rogers.
And you know, bullpen guys can struggle sometimes when they're called upon with big leads because it just doesn't have the same intensity as a tight game. So we'll see how sharp he is. Your mental toughness matters in situations like this as well.
And the pitch. Snyder stands in now and watches strike 1.
Some guys are just more confident if they can track that first pitch out of the hand of the pitcher. They don't care if they fall behind 0-1.
Left-hand batter waits. On the ground to third. Davis. Not in time. An infield knock to start the inning.
It doesn't really matter where you are in the lineup. Your job is to get on base and try to start a rally if you're leading off an inning. So an infield single does the job right there. Now we'll see if they can make something happen.
And at first, Sean Green steps to the plate for the Dodgers. First offering misses the mark.
If you're going to get something going, this is the time to do it. You get the leadoff man on. Everybody's got to look over the shoulder and say, I'm just going to keep the line moving. Don't try to do too much.
At the belt and fires. Good eye right there. Action in the pen down there. Tyler Rogers up and throwing for Gabe Kapler. And a 2-1 on the way. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2.
Gonna really need to hang in there with that front side against this left-handed breaking ball.
And the pitch. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. And 1 gone. And now the first baseman, Eddie Murray. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. Chris, baseball today, so many strikeouts, and they are available to pitchers. But this is a guy that puts the bat on the ball and is kind of different from the players that we see day in, day out. Swing and a miss. And a count 1-2.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
Popped up. McCovey on his horse. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. 2 down.
Now, right fielder, Mookie.
Here's Mookie now. Rogers, 32 years old. He joined the team as a free agent. Pitch misses inside. Ball one. Way inside, gets out of the way. The pitch. They're down to their final strike.
They haven't scored yet in this game, and with that swing, they're definitely trying to get on the board. That's the way guys go about their business today.
And now the count filled up 3-2. Will Smith up next for the Dodgers. Three and two now. Liner, and that should be extra bases. And that's going to roll to the wall. Coming around third is Duke.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
Next up, the Dodgers catcher, Will Smith. First offering, and it just misses. Runner at second, 2 down. That's a strike, and it's 1-1. Next offering is outside. That one off the mark, and the count is 3-1.
Last couple of pitches breaking balls away. I think he's going to have to come firm inside to be able to open up that location if he wants to go back there later in this count.
On the ground, right side. Throw to first. Ball game. And the Giants take the series opener here at home.
Well, they win the opener at home. First game of the 3-game series, and there's just such a good feeling when you're in your own ballpark, you're sleeping in your own bed, you're eating your clubhouse manager's food, everything's right in your world, and they played like it today.
5-1 is how it ends. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. Thanks for joining us.
Our final line score tonight. First for the victorious Giants. 5 runs on 9 hits. No errors. They left 5 men on base. For the Dodgers, 1 run on 6 hits. No errors. They left 7 men on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 46 minutes. Tonight's paid attendance, 41,915. The Giants thank you for attending tonight's game at Oracle Park and remind you to please buckle up and drive home safely. Good night.